Hey everybody, Steven here, playing Subnautica Below Zero, and today covering a bunch of different updates that I've seen. I've been checking along the way, but now there's just like a huge list of stuff that I wanted to cover. Some of it I didn't know was put in there. I check the Subnautica Changes Twitter account every day, and I don't know, maybe I missed it, but one of the first ones, we just saw it kind of dissipate there, but the Skybox. They've been working on that a lot, but what you're seeing is really the change in the looks of the clouds. So if you could tell, especially with that first part, they're different. Let me bring the weather back on. You can see the change when I turn it on and off, but let's go. Let's see here. And I'm going to pull off the clouds here in a second to see if it actually changes that. But if you can tell, the clouds actually look different. And it, at least in my opinion, it's a pretty big change. It's I don't know, you can tell how they form, and then the actual middle part of it looks, I don't know if grainy is the right word for it, but it definitely looks different. I think it's a good improvement with this too. Let's go. Now you can see it a little bit more, right? And it's how that grayscale within this is changing too. So that's one of the big ones here. I think with all this stuff too, they're just going to continue to fine-tune this. So I don't think this is by any means the final product, but I think it looks really, really good. I'm bringing the weather back on. Alright, so we have that. The next thing, this has been in here, I don't even know how long. I just haven't covered it. The Meteor. They've updated the texture here in the Arctic Spire. So one of the meteors from, obviously, the intro, their crash lands here. And before it wasn't this exact texture. Now it actually looks like, to me it looks like that meteor you follow in. I don't think it is that one, but it looks like the one that you actually follow in within the intro itself. So they have that. Next, I'm going to cut over here. Minor detail I just wanted to point out. It seems like, and it's one of those things, maybe it's been in for a while, just haven't caught it. It just seems like they're adding a lot more of these ice chunks everywhere, and I think they look really, really cool. I just like the vibrancy of the color, which you see them on the Arctic Spires here, but I'm just seeing them kind of in other areas now. A lot more chunks. So I think it makes the biome look better. Did they finish this yet? I actually haven't checked this. No, still empty. Alright. We're going to zoom across the map here. We're going to go to the Frozen Leviathan. They have added some important details to this. We have some major changes here. Outside of, I pointed out, it's been like 2 weeks. The bunker has been changed to a security facility that's actually right there. So they have changed that. I did a separate video on that, but when we actually come into the cave now, we're seeing more debris. We have our forklifts here. Just something has happened, right? We have water leaking, and then we have this big crane here trying to move stuff. There's actually a PDA right here too that is a huge implication for the story. I'm not going to talk about that with this though. And then we have this forklift that has been crushed. We have boxes, so obviously all of this is kind of fallen down here. And then up top it's no longer blank. We actually have a desk and a PDA, but I'm going to leave that right there. Side note, I don't know if this is new or not. You guys can tell me. Well, we have a security camera stuff set up. That's going to play into the, obviously, the security room now, which was the bunker room. They have the camera set up. Looks really, really cool. But on the lights here, I don't remember this ever being here with the red light. You guys tell me if that's new or not. So they have that on there. If it is new, awesome. Another cool detail that they've added, but that may be one of those things that I think it's new and it's not new. Alright, beyond that, we're going to hop out of here. We're going to zoom all the way over to the purple vents. So over there we have the featherfish schools, and I've seen the red one and the blue one, but something's changed and been altered. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because they're off at a distance, because we have a blue featherfish right here, right? That's blue. Then we get the school of them, and it's like a, I don't know if it's because there's so many or the color is different. It looks like purple, bluish purple to me. And they have the red ones. I know the red ones. They've had the blue ones. I don't know, but like I said, I don't know if the coloring has just changed. Once you go to daytime, like that almost looks like reflective to the point where it's white. But we're seeing these school of fish now over in the purple vents. So that is another new addition here, because I don't remember them being over here. Plus the actual featherfish themselves. So we have that, and there's a lot of them. Alright, after that, we're going to zoom over to the East Arctic. Now, I did a video showcasing where the ground sampler was, and I'm like, hey, this might be the start of a new biome, maybe. And the hope was maybe they start adding things over time, and we're kind of starting to see that. I'm going to take this fog off for a second. Alright, so let's get there, and then we'll kind of expand upon that area. The other hope, too, is it won't just be this calycerate here. And we're hoping for maybe another Leviathan is right here protecting this. So we have this here, and the hope was, hey, man, maybe... And I think, especially with these rocks here, I think we're going to see this kind of engulf this area, and then we're going to see some thermal spires. But beyond this, when you start kind of heading out a little bit... Let's zoom faster here. There we go. There we go. Alright, we're starting to see some plants. You're starting to see some grass and things like that here, not just the rocks. So, same thing. I think they're just kind of throwing some stuff on here for now, and then we're going to really see this built out. I think this is going to be... I mean, it already looks similar to the glacial connection. I think we're going to see that kind of expanded upon here. And then we're going to have the thermal spires all right here. And it really does give us this whole other area as another biome, right? Not just the notion of the East Arctic being icebergs up top, but really something to explore down here. So it's a start, but I thought that was really cool that we're starting to see something. All right, so the last big one, and this is the whole point of the video. Let's see when it pops up. I know it'll come here. The crystal caves, they have added a whole bunch of cave systems now. We were looking at one right here. So not the one to the right over here, because this one goes down to the crystal castle, and then that goes to one of Alan's body parts, and you can see the bottom right there. I'm talking about this chunk right here, and this is one of a couple. Let's go inside here. These are completely new, and it's, I don't know why I just thought like, hey, they're not going to add anything to the crystal cave. That biome's done, right? And we got these new areas, and we're seeing the whole map grow. And I've talked about this on other videos. People pointed it all out all the time. It's like, hey man, this is a smaller map. Like I missed the first game, I had a big map. But there's a different level of intricacy with this game, with all these little cave systems to explore. And so, I mean, the map isn't as big, but it's just the density of things to go explore in these little nooks and crannies is really, really good. And I think it's making the map bigger and bigger and bigger in that regard. So, just another cool area to explore here. It's not finished, obviously, but come down here. We've got another pocket on the other side. And what we're seeing down here, too, this is interesting because of the, like the, I don't know, like smoke underwater? Heat, maybe? But if you zoom out, let's see here. See if it'll do it when I turn the fog off, when it's just black. You can see it a little bit better. There we go. So it's like, I don't know, I just think of like methane underwater. But we have this. Oh, you can zoom in close. There we go. All right, so we have that. And then we have ribbon plants, and essentially they're making this so once you're at this point in the game, you really can sustain yourself down here. You don't have to take huge trips to go all the way back to the surface. Go through this area, and we can come up. This will lead us... Right here would be the entry point to get, one of the entry points to get down to the Crystal Castle. We're seeing a lot of featherfish and featherfish schools. I think they're going to thin all of that out. And then the triops there. So we have that one. There are more. Where's the other one? We have another one right here. This one's interesting because we have a ton of kyanite. You have that, gold, and then we got some silver right here. But yeah, we have a bunch of stuff right here. And that was a thing I've gotten asked that. But originally, people were like, well, where's kyanite? It wasn't in the game yet. Then they started throwing a little bit here, and it's like, man, we may need more than that. And now we got a ton of it. You can see that kind of heat or gas or smoke or whatever coming up right there. And I think we have... Where's the other one? We have that one. And the water volume back off again. There's the other one. And we got another one right here. And I'm wondering if we're going to see any creatures down here or not, but... Still a work in progress, you can tell, but it looks really, really cool. And I think that's it. I may be off. There may be another one. And just like, it's kind of tiered out too. I like that. Let's go water volume off, and I'm going to double check one more time. Nope, missed one right here. There's another one. Alright. It almost looks like it goes down another level. Whoa. Underneath it. I'm wondering if we're going to find any precursor artifacts or architect artifacts or anything kind of hidden specifically in these also. I like that kind of changing of the color too. Go from the blue and the purple up there down into this like greenish yellow. So yeah, I didn't see this on the Subnautica Changes Twitter account. That doesn't mean every time that they do something that it's going to pop up there. Sometimes it's like vague with what they've done or what they've written, and they don't point directly, hey, we did this thing. Or maybe I just missed it. That's another possibility too. So I think the biome down here is coming together quite well. And then this will lead us down to the Fabricator Caverns. That's still looking the same. Obviously we're seeing a huge amount of these fish schools here. I think they're going to thin those out slowly. But it looks like, I may be off on this too, it just seems like the textures have been improving as well. Just seems like some of the anti-aliasing work and things like that are just improved. Maybe that's in my head. But I could tell on the Caliciterate as well. So, that is it. Yeah, they've done quite a bit here. Really, really cool to see. Other story stuff that I didn't cover, but I'll do that potentially on a separate video. But that is going to be it for this one, everybody. If you like the video, hit the like button for me. If you want to continue to follow along with all my content, hit the subscribe button for me. Thanks so much for watching.